welcome to part 2 of my mini series on discussions. So in this video, I'm going to show you and give you some examples of how to use discussions in a classroom/online classroom environment. So if you haven't watched the first video of this mini series, please go back and try to watch it because it shows you how to create a discussion. If you already know how to create a discussion, continue on watching. All right, here we go.
Okay, so we are in my course now, and this is the first discussion, which is actually the first assignment that I have my students complete in Canvas. So we have the Module 0, please introduce yourself assignment. So right here, I just have like a little welcome message and a sentence here saying, please read all of the directions. Right here, we have my discussion post rules. So kind of along those lines of what I showed you guys at the very end. So here, it says be polite and mind your tone. Being helpful is good, rude is not. They need to post something that's relevant. They need to identify sources if they use any, and that spelling and grammar count. We're not using, texting language. And then, this one is huge, especially for my middle schoolers. I agree is not a good post or reply. They need to explain their thoughts. Now, this one, of course, is a little different because they're creating a poster that summarizes who they are. So they don't really write I agree, but I made them write full sentences and, responding to each other. But here, so the first topic, introduce yourself. So I just say basically create a poster using Google Slides and save that Google slide as an image and then post it in the discussion. And then they needed to respond to 2 classmates' posts saying something nice or if they had similar interests. So basically this is a way that I get to know my students and the students also get to know their peers a little bit. And then I always try to attach at the very bottom a step-by-step guide and a link. What I'm going to do now, so you can actually see here it says post instead of reply like it did before. This is mine. So I always actually post, or at least try to, an example of what I'm looking for. So I've just written my little summary of who I am, and then my poster is at the bottom here. Now I can't scroll down anymore because, FERPA, but you can see that 3 students liked my post. So kind of a funny thing there. Okay, so let me show you a couple more examples that are actually on the science topic. Okay, so this one here is a small group discussion. So you'll notice I don't have any post down here to respond to because actually these right here are the groups that the students actually were assigned to. So they were in a group about 4 to 6 students, and they were only discussing with those people in their group. So we have the basic instructions up here and then my prompt. So this was for the solar system model by scale. So all they had to do was respond, like, are you going to create the solar system by size, the size scale, or distance scale? And then tell me how, and discuss with their peers what ideas they had. And so the whole purpose was I wanted them to share their ideas and get other ideas in from other students. So let's take a look up here. So we're actually going to go into the speed grader and you'll see what it looks like on this end. So here is a student's post. So this is their post in this bold. And then these are the comments that they made. So you can see here, the student wrote that they're doing distance, model scale. They responded to the prompt correctly. And then down here, they responded to some of the students in their group. So I love it when they say like, I love your idea. It just makes me, makes me happy. Love your idea using ping pong balls and styrofoam. and, encouraging each other and giving each other some advice and other ideas that maybe they could use. So this was the small group discussion. Let's look at a bigger discussion, like the whole class. All right, so this was the last part of the solar system project. So they actually had to post pictures of their solar system model here, which was really cool. So they posted pictures and then gave me a description of that. And then they had to make sure that they were referring to this rubric. And there's more, like I actually had a whole page of all the different steps. So this is actually one part of 4 parts of a project. So I'm not going to scroll down to show student names, but I can show you the speed grader because the names are hidden. All right, so you can see here they wrote, a summary of what they did and talked about their measurements and stuff. And then we can see their projects. And then also the student made 2 comments and they're like, you did an amazing job with your project. I love that. So basically here they were sharing and got to see all the different ideas. And look at how creative they are. I love this. So got to share what they did from home with their peers and comment and say, you did a good job. All right, so here's the last example that I'm going to show you because this one required a media upload. So they had to record a video of themselves. So basically, this assignment was they had to create an instrument. We were on the topic of waves, and they had to create an instrument demonstrating sound waves. So right here, I had, the basic directions, and then I actually embedded a Google Doc that had more information. So I wasn't like having to recreate everything in Canvas because I've already had this from previous years. Okay, so let's look at the speed grader here. Okay, so here is the student submission. We can see their video and then their 2 comments that they made on other students' posts. They were required to watch 2 other videos. Most of my comments, as you guys can probably see, are more about like just getting the kids to talk to each other and communicate with one another. I have had a couple other discussions where, they need to talk about the question further and debate each other and whatnot. But these I felt were more fun and exciting to see as an example.
All right, so this is the end of my little mini series, part 1 and 2 on discussions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that seeing an example of how I use them in my classroom is helpful to you as well. All right, so would love it if you guys would like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.